Citizens of Pullman react to the biodiesel plant proposal.
And Idaho is back in the top 10 most expensive gas prices in the nation. Next on Murrow News 8.
Studios on the campus of Washington State University. This is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Ryan Wasson.
And I'm Xander Adams. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
The Port of Whitman County Commissioners met this morning to consider a proposal for a biodiesel plant on the west edge of Pullman. Murrow News 8 correspondent Damian Alvarado has more on the story.
Wanted this to be our last home. My wife and I planned for this to be our last home, and this kind of thing could drive me away.
This plant, if it goes in, it's going to affect all of us in the city, not just one neighborhood.
I think it's definitely the wrong location for this kind of business.
Community members reacted to the Port of Whitman County confirming purchase of land on Wawaway Road for a proposed biodiesel plant. Homeowner Jim Carr shares concerns why the project is too close to home.
Place for my grandchildren. I'm curious to know how it's going to affect my property.
So right behind me is where the 200 acres of land is located. That's Zone A and this is Zone B. Pullman would have to rezone those to make it industrial. So what does that mean? It means Jim Carr would be neighbors with the proposed biodiesel plant. On January 25th, the Port of Whitman County Board voted unanimously to buy the 3 parcels of land for $3.8 million. The council shared a proposed biodiesel plant that would be anchored by a private partner and startup company AgTech OS. It's reported that the project would cost $110 million with intentions to employ about 40 people. But community members are worried about the company's credibility. Community Development Director R.J. Lott shares that the city of Pullman has not received information regarding the project, but anticipates them soon. Banush Armani and Gwen Anderson are dedicated to informing Pullman residents. They started a petition to disapprove the establishment of the biodiesel fuel plant in Pullman. The petition can be found on change.org. Within the coming weeks, community members can also expect a public notice and comment period for those who also want to voice concerns.
Be part of the solution that we're looking for.
Damon Alvarado, Murrow News 8.
Phase 2 of the Paradise Pathway lighting project in Moscow is restarting today. Paradise Pathway will be closed to pedestrians during the project, but access is available through the detours on Steiner Avenue and Troy Road. The project aims to improve the safety and accessibility of the pedestrian pathway located between Highway 95 and Steiner. Overhead lighting and bollards will be installed along the path.
Idaho is back in the top 10 for most expensive fuel in the nation with an average of $3.67 per gallon. Idaho's prices are now a full quarter above the national average of $3.42 per gallon. The nation's highest gas prices are in Hawaii, nearing $5 per gallon.
A Clarkson resident was arrested in Lewiston Thursday evening for trafficking meth. 47-year-old Danette Page was pulled over for a traffic violation where an Idaho State trooper got a positive drug detection canine alert from the exterior of Page's car. Inside the car, officers found methamphetamines and drug paraphernalia with a white residue. Page is being retained in Nez Perce County Jail on a $50,000 bond. Her preliminary hearing is set for February 22nd.
Some tree trimming is happening around downtown Pullman. Starting today, be aware of signs and flaggers on a half-mile stretch of Spring Street in between Daniel and Grant. The city of Pullman says to drive cautiously, saying the tree trimming could last multiple days. At the moment, they are cutting limbs on the southbound lane and have a portion of the lane closed for traffic.
The Hort Club is putting on a Valentine's Day event sale. We sent out Murrow News 8 reporter Rachel DeAngelis to tell us more about it. Rachel?
Thank you, Xander. Right now, I'm currently standing inside of an amazing greenhouse where the Horts Club put on a special Valentine's Day sales event. If you're looking for some flowers to buy for your Valentine, I suggest these. They were here from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. today and same time tomorrow. Rachel DeAngelis, Murrow News 8.
We know you've been curious about the unidentified flying objects in the sky. We'll tell you what government officials said about why they shut one down over the weekend.
And death tolls are still going up on the earthquake that struck Turkey and Syria. Coming up next after the break.
Days, months,
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
years,
I'd like to give you this.
a lifetime. Can rush by without realizing what we're missing. We lose some of the best moments, some that may never repeat,
Come on.
or detach from people around us. Our loved ones grow used to this pattern, but it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. It's never too late to live a full life again. Hear how many of us Vietnam veterans have managed our mental health and reconnected with our families. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
The death toll from the Turkey and Syria earthquake has reached over 35,000 a week after the disaster struck. Turkey's disaster agency reported Monday that the death toll in the country is now over 31,000. The Syrian Health Ministry reported a number of 1,400, and the volunteer rescue group the White Helmets also reported over 2,000 deaths.
U.S. military fighter jet shot down another unidentified flying object over Lake Huron on Sunday. According to DW News, Washington correspondent Stephen Seaman said, quote, "It is described as flying at 20,000 feet and described of a shape of an octagon with strings attached." The government said, quote, "It was a safety flight hazard and a threat due to its potential surveillance capabilities."
An asteroid exploded over the English Channel, creating a stunning light show. The relatively small asteroid burned up over the channel at about 3 a.m. last night. Scientists have been tracking the rock for some time, and its entry into our atmosphere was no surprise to scientists who had already named it SAR 2667. This marks the 7th correct prediction of this type of phenomenon. Well, we've had a lot of weird things happening in the sky these days. How's our weather looking with all these weird things going on, Ivy?
All right, thanks, Ryan. Yeah, it's been kind of a crazy day today. The sky has been kind of wild out there. We got some hail earlier, and there were some sunny parts of the sky, but also some black parts of the sky. It was kind of wild. So let's look at what today was. Today it was 42 and a high of 42 and a low of 26. And we're probably going to have some rain and snow tonight. We already saw some of that rain and hail earlier today. When we might see some snow later tonight. Let's look at tomorrow. Tomorrow for your Valentine's Day, it's going to be a high of 35 and a low of 23, so a little bit chillier. We are going to get more of that rain and snow, but that's going to be during the day. That's going to clear up into the night. So for your Valentine's dates tomorrow night, you might want to wear a jacket or a cardigan if you're into that, but you're not going to really have to worry about the snow. Let's look at the state map. And we're going to start over on the Seattle Olympia side. So it's a little bit warmer over there, some classic Western Washington weather with some rain and some snow and some fog. A little bit warmer, 51 in Olympia, 45 in Seattle, and they're not really going to get into the freezing temperatures. Let's look at central Washington now. Tri-Cities, it's also going to be a little bit warmer, high of 52. And a high of 47 in Yakima. They're going to get some sun up there, but the rest of us are going to get some snow and rain, and some lows in the 20s. So it is going to get in the freezing temperatures. And then over here, we're going to be a lot like Spokane, 40s and 20s, pretty cold. All right, let's look at the 5-day. And we talked about today how it was kind of crazy out there. We got some hail earlier, but tomorrow, again, chance of snow, but that's going to clear up for your Valentine's Day. And then Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to get some sun, but it's not going to, those temperatures are still not looking very good. It's still going to be pretty cold out there. And then we're going to get that snow and rain back for your weekend. That's all I got for you for weather. Back to y'all at the desk.
All right, thanks, Ivy. Coming up, find out how your Cougs did against UW over the weekend.
And from now on, basketball fans will be able to bring beer and wine to their seats. Coming up next after the break.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Thanks for your patience.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
TJ Bamba and Mohamed Gay led WSU men's basketball past rival UW Huskies for a 56-51 win. Bamba and Gay combined to score 37 of the Cougs' 56 points. Despite the Cougs only shooting 29% from the field, they were able to force an equally disgusting shooting performance from their rival Huskies. The Cougs go up 1-0 on the season series and play the Huskies next on March 2nd at UW. The Cougs stay home this Thursday to play our Pac-12 besties, the Oregon State Beavers. The Kansas City Chiefs took home their second Super Bowl win in 4 years, after defeating the Philadelphia Eagles 38-35 in Arizona in Super Bowl 57. Patrick Mahomes took home the Super Bowl MVP after winning the league's MVP on Thursday night. Travis Kelce also won his second Super Bowl ring, defeating his brother's team in the big game. Former Coug football player Jalen Watson is now a Super Bowl champion. Watson, who played every single game during his 2017 and 2018 seasons with the Cougs, started last night with the Chiefs as their cornerback. Being a rookie, he spoke about how it was his dream ever since being a little kid to play in a Super Bowl game, let alone win one while being a dominant force on the field. Fans at WSU home basketball games are now able to take wine and beer to their seats. Cougar Athletics pronounced this policy change Friday before the WSU-UW game on Saturday. Fans over 21 are able to bring alcohol from the beer garden to their seats in Beasley Coliseum.
All right, don't go away. When we come back, we're going to talk about why people are hungover today.
And you know, Ryan, I'm glad to hear I'm not the only one. More on that after the break.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Well, after a great Super Bowl, today is National Hangover Football Day. Can you believe it? What do you guys think about the game?
Well, I hear we have a Kansas City native at the desk. Ivy, how are you feeling?
Yes, if you don't know, I am Kansas City born and raised, and I just know that 816 is electric this week. It's fun to think about my city being that way, so doing really good.
I mean, it was a pretty good game, I'd say, overall, but it was, I guess from a football fan standpoint, you'd hope for a bit of a better finish, but all right. But thanks for watching. If you missed anything here in this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
More news can be found at nwpb.org/mn8, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night.